What's going on, guys? Gamer Art back again here with another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses Let's Play. Last episode, there was a lot of cutscenes that we went through, just kind of continuing the storyline. You know, we finished the tutorial section, and due to a series of events, which I'm not sure make 100% sense, we are actually here at the monastery. We are the new professor. We have to choose a house still, but we are undertaking the task given to us here by Lady Rhea. We need to speak to the house leaders and see what the students are like before we pick who we're going to be teaching. So today I think might be a lot of exploration, which I feel like is going to be a lot. Ooh, this camera though, I don't know. Like, when I'm running, I want it to be zoomed out. But, let me see if I can zoom out all the way. Whoa, I could really zoom in. That's the zoom out. Okay. This camera, like, I want it up when I'm running, but when I'm looking at people, I want it down. Oh, man, it's going to be annoying. Alright, so I can start talking to people, right?
I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
Interesting,
You
okay.
saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
So I'm very excited that we get to roam about the monastery, because it's kind of like a bit of Hogwarts, right? Do I press anything? Or do I just wait for it to spawn or something? Or am I not going the right way? Maybe I'm not allowed there yet, because it is kind of grayed out. Oh, what is this? So yeah, I do like the whole Hogwarts University was kind of like designed based off of Cambridge University, and I really enjoyed the architecture and style of Cambridge. So I'm very excited to be able to wander around here. Why can't I go through the door? Oh, I actually have to click A on this in order to move through. Okay. Okay. The mini-map in the upper right corner of the screen shows your current location, the locations of important people, and the direction to quest givers and more. Zoom or change the map view with the ZR button. Okay.
That's so.
This is where I just came from, right? No, where did I just come from? Second floor, I think? I'm so lost. I think that's where I just came from. Can't go. You shall not pass. Look at this guy. Alright, I guess let's look at them. Alright, I don't recognize these students, so let's keep exploring. There's a cat! Oh my goodness, look at the cat. You can't pet the cat, though. Alright, this is the reception hall.
Yes.
Are they just talking about boys? This is cool. I get some insider info. Pity. That.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Yeah. Why don't we go through the whole list here?
Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor.
Okay, so... Right, so they show their personal skills, the abilities, up at the top right, which I think we already knew from a bunch of videos that have already been leaked. Imperial lineage, so her normal experience is gained by 1.2. So she has a 1.2 multiplier on her at all times, as long as Imperial lineage is equipped. And I think the other house leaders have the exact same ability. Yeah, so not good at bows and magic, it looks like. Okay, good to
What
know.
else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
Swap display. Okay. So it just gets up in their face. Okay, so I am curious. I don't know if the house leaders, they're kind of locked in for what they're going to grow into be. I don't think they are. One of the things I would really like to see Edelgard turned into is maybe like a Wyvern Lord. She's already good with the axes. I don't want to turn her into like a Fortress Knight, so maybe putting her on a mounted unit would be really good. I don't know, I think she would do really good as a mounted unit wielding an axe. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what she's good at and whatnot. Let's go to Hubert.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
Okay. So yeah, he's kind of the... What's the flag mean? Like authority? So I want to see him like full-fledged like magic user. I think he would be really good as that. I mean, it plays into his strengths. So I don't know what the names are anymore of the magic users, but I think that's the route I'm gonna take Hubert. So let's go to Ferdy.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Dugaya, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
Alright, so Ferdy, he's really good at, look at that, like, riding, lances and whatnot. Dude, this guy is perfect paladin or great knight material. And I think, let's see, what's his speed at? 8? His speed's pretty high compared to the rest of his stats. He might be good paladin material. Because I don't think great knights are terribly fast. I think paladins are the faster ones, so I might move him into more of a paladin role. We'll see.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
So, Lenhart. I see he's good at magic. Based on what Edelgard just said, I might be pushing this guy a little bit out of his comfort zone. I would like to see him as one of those, I think it's called a Dark Knight, where you're riding on horseback and you're wielding offensive magic and also a sword. I think he would be good as that. But let's see. It's not playing terribly into his strengths. So I may have to nudge him a bit out of his comfort zone. I don't know. We'll see.
He's the second son of Count Burgleys. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Okay. So yeah, he's good as a brawler and axe, and that's sort of where I want to move him into. I think he would be, what is it, the Warmonger class in this, where you're wielding axes and gauntlets. So that plays into his strength, so why not? I think he's the only one unique on this team that's really good at those two. So why not? Let's have him become that. I might push him to do that.
She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry. I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
So Bernadetta, good with bows, and that's kind of canon with all the promotions. She seems to always be the archer. I can't tell if I want to make her like one of the bow knights, where they ride on the horse and also use swords. Swords is one of her weaknesses, actually. But I don't want to make her a full-fledged sniper. So I don't know. I gotta see what I want to do with her. I'd like to see her using the bow. I don't think she would be terribly like a good, was it the warrior class, I think? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see where we can place you at, Bernadetta. And now Dorothea. Alright.
Commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
Okay, so Dorothea, I don't know. I'm very torn. I want to make her like, she has songstress ability. I want to make her that, I think it's a songstress or dancer class in this, because it kind of plays into her, but there's not terribly too many other people that I think would be really good at being the healer out of the Black Eagles. And I already see that's one of her weaknesses, using, I think that's light magic or healing magic down there. So I might be nudging her out of her comfort zone as well. 'Cause otherwise, I gotta use someone like Linhart as the healer. Yeah. Alright, and Petra.
To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Okay, so she's the foreigner in this group, right? I do like the Hunter's Boon ability. I think that would make her a really good assassin class, but I don't know if I necessarily want to go into the assassin build with her. I think she might be good as a sword master, or maybe even the hero, because she's good with axes too. I think sword master locks her into just swords only, but the axe is already one of her strengths, so maybe she'd be good as the hero class as well. I don't know. She looks like she's perfect for the front lines based on her strengths. She also is good at being a mounted unit. So possibly even a Falcon Knight? Maybe. I don't know. This whole time I was thinking of making her a sword master, but I may have to rethink that since she has a strength in flying. Okay, good to know. Alright, so that's the Black Eagles. Okay, so I've talked to her. Just to be fair, I will go talk to, how do I get Dimitri to be my friend? I will go talk to other ones. Let me guess, you shall not pass.
Pardon me.
Oh, was I allowed to go this way? What's over here? There's so much. Ooh, look at this courtyard. Okay. We're outside now. Alright, we're outside. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. Claude. Ooh, this is where Claude's hiding out at. Okay. I really need to get my bearings. Spotted Leone, spotted Raphael. Did I? Alright, I'll go talk to Claude. He's right here.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
Yeah, so let's roll through the other houses just to be fair, because I would like to hear the descriptions.
Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Okay. So he's really good with bows. I think that's his canon weapon. If it were up to me, I would like to see Claude as either the sniper character or maybe even the bow knight. Just keeping in mind the use of that bow at all times, regardless of what you turn him into. Okay, Lorenz.
He's
That
the heir
haircut,
of
man.
Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
So Lorenz is more like the spellcaster type on the Leicester Alliance. If it were up to me, I would see him more as the Dark Knight, actually. Riding on a horse, wielding the offensive magic and swords. Looks like that plays right into his strengths.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it.
So Raphael's good. A lot of people that have played this already tend to like Raphael. I think if you're on the Blue Lions, you kind of have your pick. Raphael or shoot, I can't think of his name. The other brawler from the Black Eagles. They both are kind of very similar. Because I have him on the Black Eagles, I'm not going to try and recruit Raphael, although if I didn't, I would definitely try to get Raphael. Axes and gauntlets, and he's good at the heavy armor, the armor there. Definitely someone you should consider recruiting into your house if you're not playing as the Leicester Alliance.
He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
So that ability, Watchful Eye, gives you hit rate plus 20. He's definitely going to be good as the distant fighter. And bows play into his strengths, but you already have Claude, who's using the bow. Unless you want to double up on archers, I would consider nudging him out of his comfort zone and using magic. Because I think that hit plus 20 is definitely going to help with the magic.
Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know?
I make my own luck. Okay, so Lysithea is definitely a cool unit to, I think, try to and recruit in your house if you don't already have her. That mastermind ability is definitely going to come in handy. Anytime in battle, the skill experience she gets is always doubled. So I wasn't too sure of what her strengths were. She's good in magic. I may try to recruit her and have her be my healer, so that way Dorothea doesn't have to be nudged to be the team healer. Looks like Lysithea is perfect for being that healer for the team. Yeah, look at that. And the flag, I think that's oh, I can't think of it now. I wish I knew what that flag was, but okay, let's move on to the next one. I might actually try and recruit Lysithea early if I can.
Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Okay, so Marianne's ability, that animal friend, so if she's next to someone who's on a horse or winged animal, then start a turn, you immediately get 20% of your HP restored back. I think if you're playing Blue Lions, she would be a necessity for recruiting. Because I think if you're going through the Blue Lions, I think their wheelhouse is going to be a lot of people riding on horses and whatnot. So I think she would be essential for you to recruit. What would she become? I mean, you can make her a Falcon Knight, it looks like. I mean, you're free to do whatever, but I think Falcon Knight, maybe, what's the name? It's like a Holy Knight, right? Where you can ride on the horse and wield healing magic as well. Looks to play into her wheelhouse. But yeah, that would be my recommendation for Marianne. Recruiter, definitely, if you're in the Blue Lions. Okay, who do we have next? Hilda.
Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, Her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess.
So Hilda, I'm not too sure what you would do. I hear that for people that play this, she's kind of a fan favorite just because of her dialogues are funny. I don't really have a recommendation for what to put her as. Lances and axes, okay. I think this is a character you could definitely get creative with in what you want her to become. And Leonie.
Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Okay, so Leonie, I think, is pretty cool. I mean, she plays well with, like, her strengths are the lance, the bow, and the mounted knight. So she can easily be one of your mounted knights that if you want to put her that way, recruiting Marianne would definitely be a plus for also bringing her into your house. I don't have a strong recommendation for her. Maybe something like the Paladin, maybe. Her speed looks to be pretty good in regards to her stats. So yeah, maybe like a Paladin or a Bow Knight would be perfect for her. Yeah, I think she's going to be a tough opponent if you don't recruit her. I think she might pull out some surprises. Okay, so that is everyone from the Golden Deer. I like how the students just talk about other students, and there's just random cats here. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's Dimitri. Well, hold on. Like,
Okay.
spotted Sylvain, spotted Ash. So I'm seeing the students apparently in the distance. Oh, you must be. So I can actually go talk to the students.
This classroom belongs to the Blue Lion. All of us here.
Yep. Let's talk to
Are you the
Sylvain.
mercenary who saved his... I'm Sylvain Jose Gatier.
Okay, so they just kind of say hello. So nothing... Yeah, Blue Lines. So I'm guessing everyone here in the Blue Lines is going to be here. Yep, good to know. Alright, and it denotes it by blue. That was one thing I was wondering, is how do you know whose house is whose? So this is where they're going to be hiding. This is the Golden Deer. This is where Bernadette is going to be hiding, in the houses. Alright, so yeah, here's all the people from the Golden Deer. That's cool. So I can, like, you can come say hello to all the students before you make a choice. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Student. So this must be my household. Good to know. The Black Eagles. Alright, so here's my students. Why don't we say a quick hello to them?
What? I don't talk to strangers.
Bernadetta, this is no stranger. Our house leader owes this person a great debt. Is that not right? I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate son of the Eyre family, the Empire's foremost house. Are you going to join our class? I look forward to getting better acquainted with you.
I'm gonna call you Ferdy, no offense.
Well, aren't you just lovely? Is this your first time in the monastery? Shall I show you around? Oh, my name is Dorothea. Before I joined the academy, I was a member of an opera company in the Empire. You should hear me sing sometime.
That's cool. That's nice of her to offer a tour. I might have to take her up on that because this place is huge.
That's incredible.
So Casper, that's who I was trying to think of. If you're playing Blue Lions, you kind of have your pick, Casper or I can't remember the other guy's name. Dang it. all I'm trying to say is you have your pick between Casper and the big guy in the Golden Deers if you want that kind of brawler character on your team. I think you could probably go either way trying to recruit these two. Whoever ends up being the easiest for you to recruit.
The name's Caspar, by the way. Pleased to meet you.
Caspar.
Linhard, goodbye.
Sheesh, Linhard. How'd you get into the academy with those manners? So, are you a student here too? Maybe we'll be in the same class.
Maybe. Let's go say hello to these.
Hubert, a humble servant of Lady Edelgard. I heard you came to the aid of Her Highness. You have my most sincere thanks. This is Petra. She has come all the way from Brigid to study in the Empire. Back on her archipelago, she is actually a princess. In Fodlan terms, she would be called heir to the throne.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am pleased to be meeting with... I am pleased to have met you.
Alright. These aren't my students. Okay. Oh, did I? Yeah, I talked to them. Okay, so one more person to talk to, which was Dimitri. Alright, so let's go through this.
My apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blathid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
No. Sorry, I am not a fan of the Blue Lions. There are certain people in the Blue Lions I like, but... yeah, I'll be nice. Oh, this is how it opens the dialogue. Alright, let's roll through Blue Lions real quick.
Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
Alright, so Dimitri, if you can choose whoever they are, I think perfect for, like, maybe like the Paladin or Great Knight path for him. Not so good at axes though, so maybe Paladin, because I think Paladins wield the sword and lance, and Great Knights are axes and lances. So that might be the route for him. But I mean, up to you. That seems to play into his strengths, being the Paladin. Speed not so great, but I mean, maybe you can increase that and work on it with him. Dedu.
Dedu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man.
So I would recommend trying to recruit Dedu, but he is one of those people I don't think it's possible to recruit, because I think there is, for every house, there's always that one person besides the house leader they just won't budge. They just won't change which house they're in, and I think Dedu is that person, because otherwise I would say recruit him. He seems perfect to be that Fortress Knight character, and his staunch shield, if he takes no action, he gets a plus to defense, so just making him a wall, like just put him in the path of enemies and just watch them break their weapons on his defense, man.
Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime.
So Felix, I'm thinking more like Swordmaster or the hero class. He's going to be really good just going by himself, just solo. I would recommend recruiting him only because he comes equipped with a crest right off the bat. So just automatic powerhouse if you're looking for that. Just someone to kind of send off on those secondary side missions while your main forces focus on the main objective of the map.
He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
So Ash, I'm thinking more like he could be your archer, he could be your thief or assassin maybe. That's a bit of a stretch. His strengths are kind of like just out there, but the whole lockpick ability, I think he would be good as the character, like, I mean, that kind of plays into the thief character, which is why I recommend that. But I mean, I don't see him becoming something like a paladin, you know, or the Fortress Knight, or even the magic wielder. So I think maybe the assassin route, or if you want to go sniper route, is probably going to play into his wheelhouse. That would be my recommendation.
Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
So Sylvain, I think if you're doing Golden Deer, he would be perfect to recruit, because he kind of looks like he's perfect to go into the Paladin or Great Knight wheelhouse. Plus, you have, shoot, I can't remember her name. She was the last person that Claude introduced from his house. But she has that ability that if she's next to a male character, she gets a boost. And he has the ability, if he's next to a female ally, he gets a boost. So I think pairing those two up would be, like, pretty ideal. And I mean, if you put him on a horse, so he's a paladin or a great knight, and I think she had a strength in being a flyer, the two are probably going to be able to keep up with each other and might make a perfect group to send out together. That would kind of be my recommendation for Sylvain. But I mean, if you're in Golden Deer, you also have the choice of probably picking Ferdinand, because he would be another good paladin or great knight pick.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her.
So Mercedes is another one of those fan favorites from the people that's already gotten to play this. Her strengths are just straight up magic, which is great for Blue Lions because you don't really have a lot of magic users. I know I mentioned I might recruit Lysithea from Golden Deers, but if I can recruit Mercedes, I think she would be perfect as the group's healer. Probably as the I think there's a unit you can have that's on a horse that wields the healing magic. So I think she would be perfect for that. Or if you just want to make her like, the monk character that's just straight up like walking around healing and whatnot. I think she would be perfect as one of those characters. But, I mean, you're free to make her whatever you want. Just looking at her weaknesses, it looks like she's going to just be straight up magic. And nothing else. Plus, that live to serve ability is just calling out, like, I am a healer. Live to serve, you heal yourself for healing others. So that's really good to have.
Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
What happened? Like, do tell. Come on, dish. What happened? Alright, so Annette, I don't really have a really good recommendation for her. Maybe something like a songstress or dancer type of class, because she does have that perseverance ability on her. Oh man, Conley's fur is really getting to me. Yeah, she could wield magic. Her magic ability is pretty strong compared to her strength, so maybe magic is the way to go with her. She's got that flag strength. I need to find out what that flag means. Yeah, I guess I don't really have a good recommendation for her. I guess magic, since that's her strength, and her magic points are way higher than strength. So, yeah. Blue Lions, turn her into an offensive mage-like character. Ingrid, last one.
Ingrid is Count Galatia's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
So Ingrid, I see she has no weaknesses, but looking at those strengths, I think perfect for Paladin or Falcon Knight. Maybe Falcon Knight, because her resistance is a lot higher than defense, and I think that's kind of the wheelhouse for Falcon Knights. They kind of have that high resistance to magic. So yeah, maybe that might be the route to go with her. I wouldn't turn her into like the big, bulky defensive like character. Looking at her defense stat right there. Or magic. So I think that might be what you need to do, is maybe even like a hero character or sword master, because she has that sword strength right there. But I think you're kind of giving up that strength of being on the horse or on the winged units. So I think playing into being a mounted unit would be to your benefit for Ingrid. That's sort of my recommendation for her. Okay, and
your effort.
that like scared me out of nowhere. Rhea's voice, just I appreciate you for doing exactly what I said. I've been spying on you this whole time. Okay, I should return to Rhea. No, continue exploring. Because didn't we have to go talk to the professor about the crest? So that's the way we came from. Let's just see what we can explore. We got a little bit of time. Or you know what? Actually, we're hitting the 30-minute mark here on the video. Why don't we go ahead and call it for an episode? And as for our next episode, we'll continue exploring. We'll go back to Lady Rhea. I want to see if I can find what was his name? Hanneman, something like that. Hanneman. I want to see if I can find Hanneman and talk about the crest, because he did say if you have a spare moment, come find me. I just know I think I am limited on how far I can explore the monastery right now. So we'll see what we can do as part of next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, though, please consider hitting that like button down below. And stay tuned. I will be uploading some more Fire Emblem Three Houses content shortly.